So last session we started with the topic called inheritance and we discussed few points of the topic. Okay. Today we'll continue with that topic and we'll see an example. And through that example, we'll try to cover all the important points of inheritance. Okay. Yesterday I gave examples on is a relationship. Is a relationship. Okay. In extension to that, today we will learn some more points, and the point is inheritance in real time is used with two perspectives. Real time. One perspective is extendability. One, extendability. What is extendability? For example, if a program is developed for standard calculator, for example, normal arithmetic operations, or you can say basic calculator. Later, once the program successfully developed, now we decided to make the same program to extend with scientific calculators. Now we plan. So for that reason, what to do is you can extend. What you can do, can extend the code. You can extend the code with few lines to generate scientific calculator. Instead of writing a separate program for scientific calculator, what we can do is that standard calculator itself, you can extend the code with few lines in it, and you can generate what scientific calculator. That is one part. Second thing that we have connecting with this part is generalization. Generalization. What is generalization? Before I come up with the definition, first we'll have example. I say vehicle, car, scooter. Now these two are connected. Vehicle, now how you read this now? How you read this? Here also. Scooter. Yes. How you read? You can read like this. Car is a vehicle. Scooter is a vehicle. So what is generalization? By seeing the picture itself, you can analyze that deriving multiple things from a single base, or deriving more than one child from a single parent. That is what the point is about generalization. Now, how you read them is car is a vehicle, On the other end, you can say scooter is a vehicle. But I can't say car is a scooter and I cannot say scooter is a car. That which we cannot say. Now, another important thing that you find is they have got their own unique features. Like if you say car, car has got its own unique features. Like what? Car is four-wheeler plus it is five-seater, two-wheeler, two-seater. What is common? Common may be many, many. Both runs with engine. Both will have, both will consume fuel. But interesting thing is when both will consume fuel, but fuel may be different. For car, fuel is diesel. For scooter, fuel is petrol. Common, I said what? Fuel. Engine. Power of the engine may be different. Size of the engine may be different. Company may be different. Options are there many. Power may be different as well. It is with some power, it is with some power. But interesting thing is it's an engine. That is. How do you describe generalization? Process of deriving multiple from a single base. That is called generalization. Acha. We'll go further. Now we are going to learn. Now we are going to learn in C#.NET only one class can be inherited. Only one class. In all the ways, whatever the techniques you try, the number of things that you could handle is what? Only one class can be inherited. Only one class. And another important thing is one class can be related to another class through extends operator. That is nothing but colon. Extends operator. What is that operator called? Colon. 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 Inheritance, especially I'm talking. And second thing that we learn is in C#.NET, inheritance can be implemented in the following ways. One, one technique. And what is the technique is? What is the implementation is? Single inheritance. Second, multi-level inheritance. Three, hierarchical inheritance. Single inheritance, single inheritance. What is the other one? Multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance. Okay, so first we'll discuss on single inheritance. And what happens in single inheritance? At this inheritance, only one class, only one class is derived from base class. But that is single inheritance. Only one. I stressed a word as only one class. And how you describe? You can say like class A, say it is base class. Class B, call it as derived class. Yes. Arrow mark. And always arrow mark will point from B to A. That is derived to base. What is that arrow? You read access. Derived access base. Derived access base. So that B will access A. That is the meaning of that arrow operator. Okay. Derived access base. Now, keeping this uh, architecture in view of single inheritance, let's go and understand what exactly the point is. First, class B1. This is one class. Then, second class I create now, class D1 colon. You read extend B1. But another point is on what basis I said it is extend. Yes, there's a justification. Compile and we'll check them. Then we'll focus on this part also. Let's not extend this. Normal. By seeing the program, now you can say that we have three classes. We have three classes. Class B1, class D1, class program. Three classes. Three classes we have. Class B1, D1 and program. An interesting thing of these three classes is all three are child classes. It's an interview query, please. Remember, class B1, D1, and this program. All classes are child classes. All classes are what? Child classes. But question is, if they are child classes of what? So all are child classes of a class called system.object. It means system.object is a base class for all these three classes. System.object is a base class. But how? How to justify? So this is the way. Go to command prompt. Let me first come. Yes, successful. Go to straight away command prompt. Developer command prompt. Yes, click on it. Go to that location where your project is available. CD batch CS batch 6 p.m. slash demon.net app, demon C sharp app, bin debug. Yes, you have your exe. IL DASM demon C sharp.exe. Yes, B1 D1 program, 3 class. B1, check, read that. Class B1 extends. Extends. Which class? System.object. System.object base class. And same way, if you go to class B1, here, extends, you can already see. Extends, no, it doesn't extend. And actually, one second, I have to compile again. Uh, okay, we'll go there. We'll compile here once again. Build. I removed, no? There's no extension for that D1. So I have to recompile. Okay. Yeah, successful. Now check again. Yes. Now open B1, event D1. Now it doesn't show direct. D1 is also child class of system.object. B1 is also child class of system.object. Program is also child class of system.object. Every class by default is a child class of system.object. We justified. Now, if you say here extends B1, extends B1. Now, if I compile my code, yeah, success. Now you go to again developer command prompt. Developer command prompt. No. CD CS batch 6 p.m. CD demo on .NET app, CD demo on C sharp slash bin slash debug. Yes, now you can say IL DASM demo on C sharp.exe. Now see the difference. B1, you click on it, read extend system.object. Expand D1. See, already it shows here. Extends B1. Double click, even there also it shows. Extends B1. Program. Extends object. It means even now in the current scenario, all these three are child classes, but of different classes. So B1 is a child class of system.object. Do you understand? So B1 is a child class of system.object, and D1 is a child class of B1, and program is a child class of again system.object. Means now also they all are child classes, but of different base classes. Two are from base and two are from system dot object, two are derived from system dot object, and one is derived from B1. Okay. Now coming to another scenario, now what we learn is, for example, I write private integer A public integer B 25 protected integer C 14. Three fields. Create here also private int x equal 39, public int y equals 20, protected integer z equals 10. Three fields. Now remember, if I create instance of derived class, then it will allocate memory. It will allocate memory. For whom? For all the members of base and derived class. It will allocate memory for whom? All the members of base and derived class. So it means it allocates memory for how many members now? For all six members D. So that is members of base, members of derived, irrespective of access modifier. Forget about access modifier. Point is, it will allocate memory for all members. For all members. That is base as well as derived. Now, something again interesting here is hmm, first point, especially for accessing private of base will work only within base class. Private members of base class works only within base class. Public is going to work within base class, in derived class, outside the class. Do one thing. Write the method here. Public void show. Here also write one method. Public void display. Okay. Then go on top. Now I say show can access all three because they are within the class. Console.write line from show of B1 confirmation. Console.write line. A concatenate B concatenate C. Yes, all will act within the class. And X, Y, Z are members in derived, so they are accessible within the class of D1. Okay, console.write line from display of D1. Console.write line. X concatenate Y concatenate Z. So three are in base, three are in derived. Okay. One more interesting thing of this program is here. Here, what we learn is hmm, and what we learn here is I said no, private will remain in private will remain as private only. It means it works only within that base class. Public works, I said within class, it's already working here. B is working. I said even it works in derived class also. I said that point. It works even in derived class. Console dot write line. B. Yes. See, no error. I said even B works main method also. Directly in main. Console dot write line. In main. And I say here D dot B. Yes, it's working. Even in main also. Who is accessing? That is interesting. Derived class is accessing base class member. Will it work for derived when it can access base class? So it can access its own member easily. D dot X. Yes. Y. Sorry. Y is public, no? Yes. It can access its own member. When it can access base class public, it can access very easily its own member. Okay. This is about public. Public of base. Interesting thing about protected now. Protected, however, works within the class. Protected even works in derived class. That is something different. Best. But it doesn't work outside the class. And I'm talking about members of only base class, not of derived. Only base class. Private of base remains as private only. So it works within base class. And if you have any public member in base class, so that public member works within class, derived class, outside class. So simple. Public is like global. Throughout the program, it is accessible, or throughout the project, it is accessible wherever that class reference is created. Protected is going to work within base class and within derived class, but not outside. Okay, that makes a difference of private, public, and protected of base. Now, coming to the second part that we learn is now in base class, method name we have is by name show method name. Derived class I gave display. Try to access both of them here. Definitely it will work. As I already said, that derived class member is allocated, derived class instance is allocated by memory for all the members of base and derived class assets. Derived class object is allocated by memory for all the members of base and derived class. And even I said like irrespective of access modifiers. I said that point as well. Irrespective of access modifier. Now, coming to another important thing, what we study here, display and show, both of them are accessible. If you run this code, what if I create instance of base class as I created instance of derived class? If you create instance of base class, only base class members are accessible. Only base class members are accessible. Okay, only base class member. Okay, another point. And what we study here is, what we study is, if base class instance is created, only base class members are accessible. And we already have seen that no question of access because arrow mark I gave from derived to base. So derived can access base, but base cannot access derived with easy relationship. Derived can access base. Okay, now come back. Now what I say for the next part is, what I say is, uh, base class method name is show, derived class method name display, and you have experienced that both of them are accessible. Now point is, if at all I change derived class method, if I say derived class method name as show, so display is not available now. Obviously display I removed now. Both of them are shown only. So display not found now. Here does not contain, symbol does not contain, right? So it's not there in base, it's not there in derived. That is what that error was showing. And now remember, earlier when you say d dot show, I said like it is calling base class method. But now, because of having same name in derived class of what you created in base, which means for derived class object, base class method gets hidden. It becomes hidden. For whom? For derived class object. And now derived class object will call show of derived but not show of base. Yes. Derived D1 from show of D1. What is not accessible? Base class show is not accessible because it has been hidden. That is what that green color warning is coming in derived class show. And if you put your pointer on it, it will say like this: D1 dot show, D1 dot show hides, hides B1 dot show. D1 dot show hides B1 dot show. And it says, if you're really looking forward to do this, then you have to remember one point on this topic. What is that point we have is, for example, here I'll have explanation parameter. Here I'll have integer, some parameter. Now remember one thing. If base class method name and derived class method name are same, and if those methods are having same count of parameters, same types of parameters, same kind of parameter. Means base class method, derived class method are having everything same. Everything same. What everything? Method name same, parameter count same, parameter type same, and even have what? Same kind of parameter. Like both are input, both are reference, both are output. Everything same. So remember, this process in C sharp we call method shadowing. Method shadowing. So now if you go through both the examples, base class method name show, derived class method name show. There you have one parameter, here also you have one parameter. Both one parameter. There we have integer type, here also we have integer type. Name same, count same, type same, kind same. Then it is called what? Method shadowing. And whenever method shadowing takes place, then that shadowed method in derived class will have warning. Shadowed method in derived class will have warning. And to remove this warning, you just simply need to add. Need to add. Everything same. Build. Yes, there is a warning. Right? Names, I didn't talk about names. This name, same, different, doesn't matter. I said only 4 points. Name same, count same, type same, kind same. I didn't say that variable name should be same. I didn't say that. Then to remove this warning, you should add new keyword. Warning will go gone. So whenever, say for example, if you people have designed this program, like imagine like base class is designed by Srinivas and derived class is designed by Anand, and I am writing main method. So your class, both classes are important for me. So if Anand shares and you share your classes to me, by seeing that new method in derived class, I can understand that, oh, this is method shadowing, might be the same method, might not, same method exists in base class. Same method exists where? In base class. You can check like this also, so that you can find importance of that new keyword. Just write in base class a method name as show one. Again, a warning has come. Again, for this derived class method, again warning has come. But this time, why warning has come? Because it is not getting shadowed. Base class method is not having same name. Same name. It's not having same name. Then why are you writing new keyword? It says remove new keyword. Now the message will come like that. Yes, new keyword is not required. If it is shadowing, talk about new keyword. If it is not shadowing, of no use. Yes. Acha, what if I have like this? Method name same, uh, count same, types different, then it is not shadowing. It is overloading between two classes. Overloading between two classes. So now we have tried to come up with what is called method shadowing and when it is called method overloading, especially in a case of what? In a case of inheritance. And same thing, let's apply for fields also. Fields. In fields, only one rule we have. Means in order to make field shadowing, we tried method shadowing. Now I'm talking about field shadow. For field shadowing, only one rule we have. And that rule is, for example, here C is there, protected C. This also I'll make as C. Yes, you have a warning now. Z is not available. No. Here I'll write X, Y. Yes, X, Y, C. What is this now? Field shadowing. Name same, base class field name, derived class field name, same over field shadow. Data type, access modifiers, those all are not required for field shadow. Only name same. And then we have same story for field shadowing also. What is it? Compulsory. You should add new keywords. Error is gone. Now question has come like what? For example, currently here, no doubt C value will be 10. That is field. Okay, go for it. Yes, 10, last value. Hmm. Now, what I do, console.write. Here, declare one variable. Integer C equals 55. And I'm going to print now. Console.write times C. That will print local variable. Concatenate this dot C. That will print field value. Concatenate. I want to print base class field. So I write base keyword dot C. See the difference. C will print local variable. This dot C will print field, that is 10, and base dot C will print 14. So base is a keyword that is used to access shadowed members of base class from derived class. And we can use this base keyword with fields, methods, constructors. So which means I can even call base dot show, which we call base class method. Control. Now you have derived class and base class. Both are accessible. First derived, because the way I called is first derived and then base. From show of D1, from show of B1. Okay. Now, in extension, if at all I write something called here static method, public static void display console.writeLine from static display of P1. Come down. We are supposed to call that method. An interesting thing is, however, it is a method of base class, so it is accessible with base class name. Because it is inheritance, even derived class can also access display method. That is something different. So display method of base class will be accessed by base class name as well as by derived class. Execute. Yes, two times it will run with base class name and with derived class. Yes. So today we covered method shadowing, field shadowing, and how you make them, how do you remove warning from that shadowed method and field? Just by adding new keyword. Just by adding new. You should add new keyword enough. So I don't need to show you again separately that if you create base class instance, only base class members are accessible. That you too can try out when you go through the example, implementing it on your personal systems. Then you check out that if you create instance of base class, it will access only base class members, but it cannot touch even a single member of what derived class. But if something goes reverse, yes, derived class is fully authorized to access.
Sir, what is the difference between single colon and double colon, sir?
Single colon itself means extends operator.
Okay.
Extends.
Double colon?
Double colon we don't have here. It was there
In
in C++.
.NET itself, we don't have.
No, no. C++ we used to have it. And there we used to
Okay.
call
What it actually means in C++?
scope resolution operator.
Scope resolution. Okay.
Scope resolution operator.
Okay. And can we use extends?
There in C++, we used to have a point in C++. We used to have that double colon will access base class member. Scope resolution. There.
Okay.
Different process.
And can we use extends?
No. We cannot write extends keyword. No. Colon itself means express operator. And another story.
I saw in
one second. Class to class, if you are creating a link, then extend. Java may we write extends operator. Extends.
Yeah, I saw in Java, correct.
Yeah, Java may be. Even you can see here.
Yes, sir.
Just go to command prompt. Go to our folder. CS batch 60 notepad test.java. Here we write Java my class B1 class D1 extends B1 class program the test public static void main string args let's say Java C test.java. Oh, might be removed it. So might be Java is not in my machine. But that's the way how you write a code in Java. Extends keyword is enough. That keyword will help. And here colon has actually three meanings now. Colon. C sharp. They may ask like what are the uses of colon operator in C sharp? One, वो बोलना है क्या
extends.
Conditional operators. Conditional. Question mark colon. Question mark colon. Conditional operator. Ternary operators. Question mark represent true statement. Colon represents false statement. So colon works for false statement. Conditional operator. Second usage. Extends operator. Same colon. Again, next class may I'll cover. It's called implements operator. Okay. Extends, implements. Okay. This is.
So in between two classes, the colon means extends. In between two fields, the colon means operator.
In between, correct. Conditional operator, correct. Yes. Between expressions.
In between two fields.
Between expressions.
Expressions.
I saw now. For example, yes, I say int t equal to a greater than something like called a greater than b B, A greater than B, then you can say question mark A colon B, like this you write, colon B.
Yeah.
This is conditional offer.
Yes. Fine.
And third, I said what? Next topic matters. Interface to class if you have implements you. Interface to class. See, and another interesting thing, programmer will have colon as indication to extend, but for CLR, when this class is given, the compiled class is given, for CLR, it doesn't give you with colon. For CLR, colon is substituted by extend. That is what I have shown you after compilation. CIL code is not containing colon. CIL code is containing extends keyword. Okay. So one part of the inheritance is over. Tomorrow's class में we'll go with